You're watching the interview on Gabon 24. Vocational education could be defined as education that prepares people to work as whether technicians or in other various jobs. Recently in Gabon, it has been the policy that the government wants to promote more compared with general education or classic training. Thus, many private actors have been involved to help government cope with unemployment issues. Among them is Cabinet Carole Consulting, which is a service and business cabinet specialized in professional training, coaching of professionals, and so on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the interview one more time on Gabon 24. Today, topic is the place of vocational training for the development of professionals in Gabon. And we're hosting Mrs. Carole Lebizangoma, manager of Cabinet Carole Consulting. Hello, madam, and welcome to Gabon 24.
Thank you, and hello to you.
All right, thank you. So first question is, can you deeply introduce yourself and why not your business as well?
Yes, of course. My name is Carole Lebizangoma, and I'm the head of Carole Consulting. We are in the business of professional training to corporations. And of course, in the course of doing training for corporation, we include non-professionals and active professional as well as non-active professional. We also do accompany entrepreneurs so that they can better clarify the idea of project, they can have a better clarified vision, and we help them tools so that they can be equipped to reach in a more effective way their missions. In the same way, we also do professional eventual, such as booster program, team building programs, and we do that for major corporations. We have banks, we have oil companies that come to us for those team buildings. We really are doing everything that is necessary in our capacity to accompany most of the operators that are out there, right. Because we think that not everybody had the ability to learn and to have a master or a license at school. And some have professional experience, and that professional experience is worth sometimes more than just having those diplomas.
So maybe the viewers, as long as it's a little bit, it may sound a little bit technical to them, maybe briefly, defining or explaining them what is vocational training, what it is.
Well, vocational training helps people to better assess their performance, at their jobs and acquire greater skills in order to better perform in the job environment. Vocational training is every type of training you get that will help tool you, that will help better your performance, that will help better learning of new skills that are in date for the development of an industry, of your product, or of yourself.
So it is profitable to both.
It is profitable.
Companies as well as job seekers.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's really non-discriminatory. It's just about a question of performance and practical training.
So now talking about, your programs, of training. What are your specialization?
For training, we have some training, as I was mentioning, that are professional eventual, such as team building, booster programs. We also, at the same time, give more specific trainings. For example, we have a local bank that had some problem resolution, conflict resolution, problem between the teams, communicating between them, and they needed us to come with programs that will help resolve certain issues that they have inside the company. So we develop modules, and throughout those modules, we go and train them. These are trainings that go for about 2 or 3 days, usually. A good training inside a corporation goes between 1 and 3 days.
So now in the social and economic context of Gabon nowadays, my question is to know, do you work, the companies working with you as partners, can they ensure that once whether students or professionals are trained, they can easily access to jobs?
Well, there is two things that are done.
Do you have conventions in that way?
We don't take the student from school.
Okay.
Our aspiration is to be able, in the long term or mid or long term to open a facility where we can give to those students technical, vocational training for professional, non-professional, and students. Now, today what we do is we start with corporations. A lot of corporations have a hard time becoming effective and be fully operational because their employees are not really tooled or are not have little performance on the job. So we are there to help them assess, the true value of their employees and to stimulate those value and to reconcile the company's vision with the development of the employees so that they can all operate and go in the same way. But to your question that is related to the relevancy of vocational training, absolutely it's relevant. Today, not everybody is meant to be a licensed 1, 2, 3 or master 1, 2, 3. We need to be able to understand that God created us different one from another. We are not look alike. And so therefore we all come with abilities that are at different level. And it's not because one will be more capacitated in one area than the other one is stupid.
And this is the vision of government, why not?
So we need to integrate everybody so that nobody is left aside. And that I think that that's the positive aspect of these policies. So we need to bring everybody to the same. So we need to give them vocational training. Those vocational training will help them better assess their performance, better assess their abilities, and orient them around careers that better suit their personality. For whom is good with technical and this kind of like can do everything around the house, well, he can be a very good mechanic, he can be a very good technician, he can be a very good plumber.
Sometimes you talk about, whether vocational, and other times you talk about technical, education. What is the difference between both?
Yes. When we talk about technical, we're talking about professionals that are actually employed inside the company, and that we need to go and tool and we need to reassess, because sometimes people have been doing the same job for so long that they're doing it the same repetitive way. And if they're doing it wrong, well, they're doing it wrong the same repetitive way. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Come on.
There is a need for the corporation, otherwise they will go out of business,
definitely.
to make sure that you cannot lay off everybody, and it's not a solution to say, you gone, you stay. Okay, HR, we hire. This is not a movie. This is real life.
I understand.
A lot of people are in jobs because the parents placed them there. Because an acquaintance or someone with whom they have a particular affinity did say, hey, you know what, there is a job there. Why don't you come? But I don't know how to do it. Oh, it doesn't matter, you learn there.
And then your cabinet is there to help them out. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's doing the same thing. You need to make sure that things that you do over and over, you do it right.
I wish we could talk a little bit about, let's say, the professional background of your the trainers or lecturers. Come on, let us know a little bit.
It's all
the scholars or professionals?
Yeah, well, it's all depend on the module that people would like. If you like a module that has to have, for example, with QHSE, that is about quality, hygiene, and security, then we have experts that are actually in that line, and that will come and animate the module. I am involved in the conception of every single module. Because we need to make sure that we contextualize those modules with the reality on the ground, and which is something that we don't do enough, the contextualization.
Yeah.
We don't have to take something that comes from abroad as it is and just come and make sure that it will fit. Culturally, we are different.
Sure.
That's the reason why we say intercultural management.
Okay.
If there are some type of classes, it's for a reason, which means that the culture of one individual has an impact in the way it will operate or deliver inside the company.
I can see.
And we have many multinationals that are coming here, and then they are not content with the quality of professional that they hire, you know, because maybe they are not used to work in the pace that they used to work. Well, maybe it's them that need to adjust to a certain extent to the pace on the ground.
Okay.
Because you cannot be on one road and then your employees be on one road. Business is going nowhere.
From what you're saying, I can understand that you have, created that business in order to respond to a social need or company needs. What did you have, where did you get your inspiration?
Well, I spent almost 20 years in the US, in the Silicon Valley, which gave me a better understanding. Out of this time, I worked for about 13 years on my own. So I kind of like understand very much the difference of understanding of people at different levels. You know, I run a lot of usability studies for major corporations. So I understand that ability of having a product that can correspond to the different sensibility of individuals. We don't have the same sensitivity, all of us. Some might be mature, some will be less, and some will be neutral. You really see that they don't understand. Does that mean that we need to leave them behind? If we leave them behind, they will become what we call the braqueurs, you know? These are the people that will come. So we need to count with everyone. And there is no stupid people, there is just no experience in order to align everybody in the same road.
I can imagine that you in your program or in a business, there's English has a relevant place. Can you maybe tell us a little bit how you process with English teaching to professionals there?
Yes, we go absolutely technical. We concentrate in your industry for what is for corporation. And if it's professional that come as an individual to tool themselves and to train themselves, we perform what we call a profiling to see what are the center of interest and how they're going to use their English. What is English going to be relevant to for them? And therefore, we develop a module that will correspond to them so that if it is to go and do business in Dubai or anywhere else, they know everything from coming to the checking at the airport, to check out to the customs, to taking the cab, to checking in the hotel, to go and negotiate into different businesses, because we have understood what they have in mind to do. So we go that way. For corporation, for example, we have major corporations such as GPM here. We have ADL, the ex-ADL, which is now the international airport, Léon-Bar. We also have Ascomar. We have the Radisson. Well, they were like, we trained them for almost 3 years. And everybody, for the simple people up to the certain executive, we stay technical. We look at the way everyone is using English in the job, and we concentrate it to that, so that if they get out of a training session, immediately they can respond to a phone call and be technical and practical.
It brings me to ask you a question. Whether the sector of tourism, and hospitality management is involved in your program?
No, but I would love to. Please come over.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come over.
Understand.
You know, just ask Fouty my number, and then, you know, I always have the same number, and I respond to it. I think that if we have to make a change, if we want to make sure that we are all aligned with the plan of becoming an emerging society by 2025, we definitely need to work together.
Pretty good.
We are all gladiators in the same arena, and we need to understand that if our vision and our goals are not the same, so therefore we have no chance to make it. And we have a lot to make up for.
Maybe you have your last word now, please, because we've come to the end of this TV
Yes,
program.
of course. For your professional training, we'd love to have you. Please come to our corporation, Carole Consulting. My name is Carole Lebizangoma, and we specialize in many different ways. We are concentrating in helping all the different corporations out there to tools, to orient, to better train their professional so that they can reach a better performance. Some of our trainings are into personal development that we do with efficiency. Maybe you've seen us very present during this professional Sambas, and we'll be present to the next Sambas.
Thank you.
We love a lot of programs that are catered to the development of the society and people.
Thank you very much. Madam, we have come to the end of this TV program.
Thank you for having me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the interview on Gabon 24 or Gabon 24. It's up to you, right? Thank you very much one more time for accepting our invitation. We hope to see you one more time on this set.
I'd love to.
All right. I recall that you are Mrs. Carole Lebizangoma, who is a manager of Cabinet Carole Consulting. We talk about the place of vocational training for the development of professionals in Gabon. Thank you very much. Thanks for accepting our invitation. Keep on watching us on social networks,
Absolutely.
all right, whether YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Goodbye and see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. All right.